Cheers, Mombierella here. So we just got back from Fair of Champions in Palestine, Texas. It is a Renaissance festival kind of thing, but it's not. So hold on. Check these little moments out, and then I'm going to break down the details about Fair of Champions and what we thought about it.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching.
Okay, guys, so if you've been to TRF or one of the other Renaissance festivals, take all that you know about it and throw it out the window, because this is not like those. It is something entirely new. Yes, there are similarities that you'll see, and it draws in people who love that kind of thing as well. But number one, this was the grand opening in 2025, and it's not over yet. So if you guys want to go check it out, I'll give you information. But this is a fantasy fair, number one, which means, unlike a Renaissance festival, it is not confined to a specific time and place. So there is no king, there is no different nations that you're going to go through necessarily. Now, they will talk about different things, but there are it's open to any character that you want to be. You can be an OC, you can be a Star Trek character. You are not breaking the prime directive by coming to Fair of Champions, because it is open to time travelers. So, you know, pack up your TARDIS and head on over. You're good. All right. But so the genre is open because it is a fantasy fair, but there's more to it than that. This is an interactive experience. If you come in, and there are different quests that you can do, and you come in and you do those, I was a little confused, because they're like, okay, so you get different things after you finish the quest, or you do these different things. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand. So we went in, we did the quest today, and we went through and we checked out some of the awesome stuff there. So let me break it down. All right. Before I get into the quest, what we did first is we came in and we went to the hearth and we set up which quest we wanted, and we got our first clue. And you're going to go to different vendors' booths with these. You have to figure out which one it is. They're not going to tell you which one to go to specifically. And then at the very end, it's you're looking for a person. So we were a little confused, because we're like, wait, is that a booth or a person? And it is a person at the very end one. But it was fun. It was neat. I liked the going back and forth to different booths, because it's not so big that you're going to be giving up on this quest before you really get into it, and that's nice. Also, it's not so small that there's nothing to do there. You can go through. There are, I believe, 55 to 60 vendors there, and there's food there. There's different things. So I want to break down the different entertainment, all the different things that were our highlights from today, at least. The food, there was some really great barbecue. I can't remember the name right now, but I have the full video coming up, so forgive me if I don't remember the exact name. But the barbecue was awesome. And then we were going around. There was another place that's called Sugar Ray's, and it's sweets, but they also had some actual food there too. And they had caramel apples and these really cool flavored popcorns, but they had chili mac. That's what my husband really wanted to get for a snack from there. But get there before the end of the day, because they might run out, because they actually did run out, and that's why we didn't get any. But then the other thing that I was told is to try the butter beer, and that was at the Burning Sands Turkish Coffee. And I really did not know what I was in for with this, but we get in there and he's making the Burning Sands Turkish coffee. And I'm like, my husband likes Turkish coffee, but I've never seen anything like this. And so, I mean, if you see the way he's doing it, like, it's really cool. I'll do the whole breakdown, but check that out. That's cool, right? And then I'm like, well, okay, I also want to try your butter beer. So he does it and he hands it to me, and it looks like Sprite. It's clear. And I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, I said butter beer, but okay, I'm not sure what this is. And I'll be honest, you guys know, if you know me, I love Harry Potter, the Universal Studios area especially, and we always get butter beer, different types of butter beer too. Like, we'll try different ones, and I'm never really a fan of any of them. I can't quite get that butterscotch kind of taste to it to not just be overwhelming. The second I tasted this butter beer, my eyes popped, because it was so good. I had to hand it to everybody, and everybody else was the same way. They're just like, what is that? That's so good. So get you a butter beer. Just saying. If you like coffee, the Turkish coffee is really, really awesome too. And it's a cool experience watching him make it. But he really is Willy Wonka. It's magical. But that's my recommendations right now, really quick, for food. And then also, there was some awesome entertainment there. Had Armored Combat, which if you've ever been to Comic Conroe, I know that they've done that, and they're so much fun to watch because they are full on. You know, they're in armor with their weapons, and they're going at it full force. It's awesome to watch, and I couldn't do it. It seems fairly brutal. I gotta admit, like, just the weight of the armor itself seems like it would exhaust me, much less actually battling together in that. But it's fun. And then there's also House of Morbius, but I'm gonna talk more about them in a minute because there's something special about that one. And of course, one that really got me, I didn't look at the schedule. Okay, there is a printed schedule. There's not a printed map because it's fairly easy to navigate, but there's a printed schedule, so grab you one when you get there so you know when things are. We just kind of wandered through. I didn't realize there was like a printed schedule, so yeah, just saying. But the Tales of African Traditions was the thing that surprised us because it was in the same area where they did the Steampunk Tea Party, which was a really neat thing since this is Steampunk weekend. But Miss Sherry, I believe was her name, and she told this story, and Silent Mary acted it out, and I got the whole thing to share with you guys. But what really was neat is that she sat with us afterwards and did this little Q&A thing, and she told us about the traditions that the story had come from, that had helped form it, and what it was like there. And this was the one that was crazy. What do you think of when you think of Timbuktu? And of course, like, growing up here, you know, cartoons and movies, Timbuktu was like where you sent somebody, you know. I mean, they were going to put them in a box and mail them to Timbuktu from, what was the name of the Aristocats, you know, the Disney movie, right? And that was what both my kids thought of. But funny thing is, Timbuktu was actually a very special place where they were almost like how we look at Ivy League, you know, the villages would send their brightest there to go learn. And it was like a mixture, from the way she described it, you know, it seems like a mixture between the Library of Alexandria and like how we view Ivy League. You know, it was like a very educational experience for them to go there and learn and grow, and then come back and help their village for a while to learn some of it, and then go on with whatever their plans were. But that's really a neat thing. I'd never heard about that, and there was much more to that she said, which I thought was cool in the whole story. But another entertainer that was awesome was Jim McKenzie, and he does a mixture between comedy and just like some awesome, it says he has mad skills, which is totally true. Like, I mean, from balancing things that sounds weird, but like sword swallowing, like there's so much variety to what he does. It's like you can't really kind of nail it down. Mad skills, I think, is the best way to explain like that kind of a amalgamation of talent. So definitely one that you want to catch. And then one of my absolute favorites is Professor Nickels, that does the Punch and Judy show, and that is a classic to me. Like, that fits so well, you know. The best thing for that, though, to me, is the fact that it's not just like a little kids thing. See, I always saw it as really cheesy whenever they showed it in movies or cartoons because they'd only show little clips, but I've been drawn into his show every time I've seen it because it's funny and it actually gets your attention in such a way that like he interacts with the audience and stuff, and it's genuinely funny for all ages. I recommend it. Like, I don't care if you have kids or not, go watch the Punch and Judy show and you will leave happy from that show, I guarantee you. So there were a few things we got. Like, we have a bit of a haul from there, and I don't have all of it on me. This one's falling out of my hair, so I'm going to pull it out and show you, though. So this is one thing that my hubby actually got me this, and it's leather. And it's purple, and it's the prettiest little bat, and it goes in my hair. Oh, I dropped the stick. Oh, stick around. There's bloopers at the end, apparently. No, I don't know. And this, she had all these soaps, and what got me was that they were such pretty colors. Like, look at the aesthetically pleasing colors on them. They smell so good. So I got a couple of those. She actually had a deal where whenever you bought a couple of them, then you got something out of this bowl, and I got this little snowflake because I thought that was pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. So when you get there, you go to the hearth, and they have two different types of quests that you can do. Well, not two different types. They just have two different quests. I don't know. White or red. And then he has the first clue written up there on the board. So Captain Deadpool is going to get you set up for your quest. And once you get going, you're going to go through the booths, which honestly what we did is we went ahead and set up for the quest, and we spent some time going through and checking out some of the vendors and the booths, and there's a lot there. It was impressive. Like, and there was a lot of variety, and I love going through and seeing all the artistic different things. You know, everybody has some kind of a talent, some kind of thing that they're passionate about, and that's part of what I love about what I do, is meeting those people, getting to share it out with you guys. So I cannot wait for you to see the full video. I'll try to have it up before next weekend so that everybody can see what there is, share it out, and let people know that it's there. So the interactive experience, let me break this down a little bit better. So you get up there, they have the quest, you sign up for it, and they're going to have different clues, like almost like rhyming limerick style kind of clues that you go through, and you have to decode them and figure out which booth it is, and you find that booth and they'll send you to the next one. So when you finish the quest, you the very last clue will send you to a person, and that person will give you some things, one of which is a coin type token. This is coin, yeah. One of which is a coin, and there's a battle at the end kind of thing, and that is House of Morbius, which I told you I'd say more about. So House of Morbius, they're doing sword fighting and no armor, nothing, real swords, and it's so much fun when you get your coin, because what you can do, somebody said throw a coin, toss a coin to your swordsman rather than your witcher, right? But you get out there and you are watching them battle, and you get a chance to kind of intervene or change things up a bit. So we used ours to point and says, okay, he gets a sword. But the last one was the best, because Casey gave his coin and he gave it to me, and so I was like, okay, cool, he gets to use that and make one magic spell out of it. Okay, but that was so funny. It was so much fun. We could have done a bunch of different things, but that was fun, honestly. So that was one of the things we got from finishing the quest. Another thing we got that was really cool is there's a board up on the wall, because they have different themes each weekend, and these themes are ones that people have suggested to do for next year, so that next year you get to vote on which of the themes you want. And you do this after you finish your quest. You roll the dice, and it goes up to 12. It's a very heavy, very large dice. Like, in my defense, I only got 3, but it was a very big dice. Okay. No, but you roll the dice, and however many you get, that's how many votes you get to choose which one. And you can also put a new idea up there that you want to put up there. If you're there next weekend and you see Vampire Masquerade, that was my idea. Vote for that one. Okay. So that's some of the stuff that you get with doing the quest, and it's cool. I loved it, honestly. Like, once we did it, it made sense. Trying to explain it to me was kind of like trying to give me car directions, and I'm like, can you just send it to me and I'll put it in my GPS? Thanks. I have no sense of direction, so give me a step-by-step verbally and I'll be lost every time. But yeah, anyway, so the interactive quest, highly recommend. Y'all sign up, do that. I want to mention the atmosphere there, because one thing about this is, okay, lots of things. I've mentioned lots of things. But one thing that I really loved is the feeling that it has. Like, okay, if you know me and Magic Making Mischief, my co-hostesses on the podcast that we do every Tuesday at 7, Taco Tuesdays, M3, Magic Making Mischief, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just like, if you know us, then you know that we always brag about the smaller conventions and how much we love them, because they just have that almost like family feel. They have a heart to them, and it's so much more personal, and you get a chance to really kind of enjoy it. You know, it's not so overwhelming and so rushed, and in some cases so commercial that you feel just like it's I'm not gonna say it's the difference between like going to Walmart and a mom and pop shop, but you know what I mean, though, right? Okay, so think about it this way. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Wait, that's not what I mean. But no, like, there really is something to it. It seems more authentic. It's more personal. It's more, you really actually get a chance to see what they've got too. You know, it's like we got a chance to shop. So the ambiance, there's that. It is a smaller affair, but like, it gives you that more personable experience that you're actually part of the magic of this experience, you know, and I love that. That's something awesome to me. Being part of the magic, that's what it's all about, right? Make every day special. Every day counts. And this is like one of those special things you can do that really actually pulls you in to be part of it. Then the other thing was, it got kind of cold today, and I was a little worried because we had snow in Houston recently, and we do have ski gear, but we didn't bring all that. It wasn't quite that cold, but still. So it started getting colder. But something that was cool is they all had these little hearths, these little fireplaces around the whole fair, the whole place had these spots you could go. You were able to warm up, but it gave you a sense of community almost. It was crazy. Like people would gather around them and we got talking and we met new people. It was a great experience. And then afterwards we actually stuck around, which I wasn't going to mention this right now, but like afterwards we actually stuck around once they'd closed about 6 o'clock they closed, and then 6:30 they had a I think it started at 6:30, but they had like a fire show, and so I'll share that later, but it's kind of hard to explain. But then they lit this huge bonfire. It was really, really gorgeous and warm, so warm. It was nice. So yeah, we were cold, but not in a bad way. You know, be warm, bring a cloak, whatever. But it was great because those little hearths, those little fires, and the big bonfire. It was really nice. I liked it a lot. It gave it a very, very cool feel. It very authentic. You know, like honestly. So I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Honestly, if you're looking for something to put on your must-do list, Fair of Champions needs to be on there. If you are in the Texas area, it's worth the drive. We drove 2 hours there, 2 hours back. We didn't get a chance to camp, but next year I think we'll try to camp because it seems like it would be worth the experience of getting a chance to like be right there and not have to drive the whole way. But also, it seems like that's kind of part of the experience if you get a chance to camp. If you camp at all, I don't know. There's RV camping spots too, but yeah, the drive was totally worth it. So I say go. Chuck it, go, enjoy yourself. Highly recommend. Must do. Okay, this is one of my must do's. From now on, I think this is going to be top of my list. I still want to try some other ones, but this is my fair of choice right now. There's one more weekend. The first weekend of February is the last weekend that they're open, and I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. They're open Saturdays and Sundays. From the beginning of January to the first weekend of February, and I think that's just going to be their regular season from now on. So I really look forward to going next year. I'm hoping I can get the rest of my Magic Making Mischief ladies to go with me, and we can all take a chance to enjoy it. Maybe even camp out. I don't know. We'll see. You guys, go to Fair of Champions. It's a must-do, and it's in Palestine, Texas. So it's in East Texas, and the weather was beautiful. You know, it was cooler, so you can wear those nice layers, and it's not going to be swelteringly hot. So that's great. Not something you get very often in Texas. Places like this, you know. Honestly, you could wear your fursuit out there and you'd probably be all right. So check them out. You can get tickets at the gate or at the website, which is fairofchampions.com. FAIRE, Fair of Champions. But keep an eye out for the Fair of Champions videos coming up, as well as a few other things. If you haven't had a chance yet, guys, make sure to smash that thumbs up and let the algorithm know that you want to know more cool stuff that's coming up and what's up with that. So make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on, because you don't want to miss out on the awesome stuff coming up, and that lets them know that you want to see more. So yay. Okay, till next time, remember, let it go, keep moving forward, and have a magical day. Love you guys. Bye. You go to the hearth and they have 2 different types of quests. Sorry. I did say bloopers, right? I don't know what it's switching now. So what else? If you give me a bat, I'm gonna wear it. Okay. I love bats. It's friggin' bats. I'd take a sweater. You know, I wore. Sorry, I can't. English, obviously. That was up close and personal. Sorry. Can you hear that? I can't say that. What did I say? It's getting late. Okay, it was a long drive home. I regret nothing.